Inspired Tribe, how's it going? Let me do some last minute adjustments here. I think we're a little dark today. Hey Tribe, how's it going? Welcome to the Live Inspired live stream here on the Inspired channel. It is, God knows what day it is, Thursday or something. It is November 12th, 2000 and crazy. Welcome, welcome. We're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, we're free. And we're excited to see you guys. It's good that you're here. And tell your friends about it. Invite them in. Let's bring everyone into this beautiful session here. This live stream today is called Stand Your Ground. And I might get a little passionate today. I feel really strongly about what I'm about to talk about today. And it is really important also. So please stick around. We have a few little announcements to make before we do that. We're going to do some breath work, a little different, and then we're going to jump into today's topic. So make sure you stick around. So the first thing that we would like to announce is for those who are, because there's always new people joining us, the easiest way to kind of understand what this is all about and how this works and what we do and whatnot, all of those beautiful things, is actually, here we go, is actually to click on the link that's in the description, sign up for your gift. That's the Inspired Freedom Launcher. Two things happen when you do that. Number one is you get this awesome process that is really a kickstart to start your transformation journey. That's one of the most intense, beautiful processes. It has such a great effect, absolutely free. The second thing that happens when you do that is that you actually get on our fully migrating to other platforms. But this is such a transformational time that we can't exactly predict what's going to happen to platforms, what's going to happen to the internet, how things are going to develop. But email is one of those things. It's not that it's, that it withstands everything, but it's one of the most basic forms of communication on the internet. So no matter what happens to our channel, if we're somewhere else, if we build our new platform, we can actually let you know where the videos are, where the live streams are, where we are. So that's really awesome. And, that's all you need to do. Sign up to get in Freedom. And that was the most important. The other really important announcement that we would like to make for those who are new, we have seen such tremendous, beautiful, almost exponential growth in our group in the Inspired Membership Class that happens every Wednesday night. And we would just love to invite you to come in to give it a try. It's a monthly membership, happens every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard. Just a beautiful experience, and we're so proud of our group, the way they keep expanding, their comfort zones keep growing to stay on that beautiful path. So that was the second thing. Of course, please visit our website and you'll learn all about it. But now, without further ado, let's do some breath work together. I want to do something a little different, and then let's jump into today's topic. Stand your ground, really important, stick around. You want to hear this. So what we're going to do today, we're going to take about 15 to 20 breaths together. But what we're going to do is I want you to stretch beyond what you've ever done before. I want you to breathe deeper. We're not going to go as fast as we usually go, but we're going to go deeper than ever before. So what I want you to do is when you breathe in, I want you to imagine that your breath first goes down here, all the way down into your stomach or further down. And then imagine how it fills up, fills up, fills up, fills up your lungs up here, until you feel that you have filled yourself completely up. I want you to stretch your ability to how much air you can put in to something that you've never done before. 15 to 20 very deep breaths, okay? You guys ready? Close your eyes. Let go of the screen. Let go of the keyboard. There's nothing to do right now but breathe, okay? Let's start with the first really deep breath. Notice when you think you can't go any deeper, there's still a little more room left. 5 more. One more, super deep. Woo. Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful. 15, 16, 17. Very, very deep breaths. Now that we have oxygen, now that we have function, now that we are thriving, now that we have full control over all these beautiful processes in our body, please join me in wishing Inspire Tribe member Illy wonderful, happy, beautiful, abundant, amazing, exhilarating, magical, inspiring, loving, prosperous, and all over just glorious, happy birthday, Illy. Illy just turned 29 today. Amazing. And she's going to turn 29 again tomorrow if she's anything like and the next year. Happy birthday, Illy. Illy has been with the Inspired Tribe from the very beginning almost, right? And she's absolutely oxygenated, that's right. But Illy's been with us for almost since the beginning, I believe, and one of the almost founding members of the Inspired Tribe, if you will. So we're wishing you the biggest, the brightest, and the best, as our friend Terrell always says, the biggest, the brightest, and the best. Illy, you're a rock star. Also a published author. So what we're going to talk about today, people, is stand your ground. We are definitely intensifying these live streams. We are accessing new levels of awareness, but we're also bringing these new levels of awareness and the light and the inspiration to our everyday lives, to our everyday experience. So stand your ground can have many meanings, but I want to first acknowledge you all for being on this journey. Most of you have been on the journey of mind and heart expansion, of inspiration, of becoming who you really are, of spirit awakening for quite a while now. Some of you have intensified this year. All of us have intensified it this year. But you've been doing this. You know what we're talking about here. And as always, what we're always saying is spirituality has no meaning if it isn't practical. Practical means we apply it to our everyday lives. We apply it, if anyhow possible, 24/7. We apply those principles, because if we don't, then they're just words, just principles. So stand your ground means, the first meaning of it is to apply those principles that you've learned about yourself, the things that you've discovered, the things that you now know without a shadow of a doubt, to apply these things to your daily lives. And this is becoming so important because, and here's the thing, we're not going to sugarcoat this. There's literally, right now, we're at the pinnacle of duality, polarity right now. On the outside, it's the pinnacle of polarity. We're seeing this, and there's this power grab that's happening from the outside world. And again, these principles playing out in the physical world, but they're playing out, and we're seeing this now. And this is the time where you need to stand your ground in terms of the things that you know, the things that you believe in, the things that that are important to you. Those are the things that you cannot back off from anymore. There's no giving in anymore to that. And that is not a resistant move. That is a being move. It is time to be who you are in all of your glory and be that without the shadow of a doubt. And that's really, really important. And I want to ask you all a question. You've heard this, because most of you were not recently in terms of over the past few years in your prime education state, in terms of, you know, schooling. Most of us, that's for us, that's been a while back. So we have heard in our education about fundamental rights. Look at the, you know, the universe, the laws, and when we translate this in the fundamental rights that you have to be a free being on this planet, to express yourself, to live, to eat, to drink, those fundamental things. Where do these rights come from? This is a real question. Where do they come from? Where do they come from? I'm asking you, and I'm asking you, put that in the live chat. Put the answer in the live chat. Where do you believe these rights come from? Where do these concepts come from? I'm making a dramatic break so I can read your answers. And there might be a delay in the live streams. Do we see anything here? I can't see. Hold on. We have no answers yet. Well, apparently the comment section is either quiet or there's a technical glitch. Could be. Elenia says, where do they come from? Where do our freedom rights come from? Yes, for example, where does that come from? Infinite intelligence. Yeah, it's our birthright. Yes. They come from source. Exactly. So the rights that we have because we exist, they're given to us by the Creator just because we exist. Every being on this planet actually has those rights. We have them because we are. They're not granted or given by another entity on this planet. They're not given by a government. They're not given by a document. Now, there are documents that document those rights and make sure we all remember them, but it's not the Constitution, not the Bill of Rights, not the Magna Charta. None of those things actually grants anything because no one has the authority on this planet to grant them. It is from a higher power. So I want you to remember this, because what we're experiencing on this planet now, right in this minute, this is not a theory anymore. This is not a concept anymore. We're experiencing the grab for those rights right now. They are being taken away. They're trying to be taken away, actually. And in some instances, they already have been taken away, but it means nothing when you understand this concept and understand that it is you who needs to fundamentally embody this principle that you have those rights because you exist, and your existence on this planet has equal value to everyone else's existence on this planet. But this is the minute, this is the second, this is the hour. We have all prepared ourselves for this. We have all gone through the stages in our lives where we've experienced the dark side, the pain, where we've experienced the awakening, where we've experienced the enlightening, where we go through the meditations, where we go through our prayers, where we go through our practices, where we expand as beings. All of it is meaningless unless in the moment of challenge, you do not stand your ground and stand for who you are. This is not a call to fight. This is a revolution of the spirit, a revolution of the mind, a revolution of love. This has been what we have been preparing our friends for, what we have been preparing you, the tribe, for. This is what we've been infusing into this, the understanding that you are it. You are it. You, in concert with your Creator, are it. And this is the moment where this comes, into play, and where this is really important. And I might run into the danger here to use analogies that have been used before. But do you know who? And this is for us. It is maybe even closer than for a lot of other people, because we actually grew up in a country, in Austria, that was fundamentally involved in National Socialism, and in the Nazi regime. That was a part of it, like prime time part of it. So this has been a big part of our education, our upbringing. But do you know who the best Nazis were? The best Nazis were the kind people. The best Nazis were the friendly people. The best Nazis were the loving people. Those were the best Nazis because they didn't want to make waves. They didn't want to, kind of stand out. They didn't want to be seen. They just wanted to live their happy lives. They just wanted to have their happy families. And if someone disappeared on their street, if someone disappeared from their friends or acquaintances, well, you make waves like that. The government probably has a legitimate reason. These people were the best Nazis. It wasn't the fighters that had the biggest impact because those were just small groups. It was the big mass of people who knew, who felt it. They might not have known the extent, they might not have known the exact things that were going on, but they felt it. And they did nothing. And they did nothing. They did not stand their ground. And when you don't stand in your truth, you have no business calling yourself an authentic human being. You have no business calling yourself a creator if you don't stand in your truth. You have no business being on this planet as a fully evolved human being if you do not stand in your power and stand your ground when the moment of truth comes. This is not a call for aggression, never a call for violence. You will never hear this from us. But it is a call to remember who you are in all of your grand power. And if the light steps away when it faces darkness, the light has no place being there anymore. It has no place being there anymore. Your rights, the fundamental principles of the universe that are always active are only valuable if you actually apply them and use them in your life. Everything else is just blowing smoke. This is the moment, people, where we need to stand in our truth. We need to be the light in the strongest possible way, and the light cannot step away anymore. When the light is faced with darkness, the light needs to shine brighter. When the light is faced with darkness, it needs to step into the darkness, actually. It needs to actively step into the darkness and spread it. If you have a box of matches into it because you want to create the light, be here at this moment in our time-space reality on planet Earth, other than to shine the light and to never ever shy away from being the light. What could ever possibly go wrong for you? Really go wrong for you, in the biggest sense possible, if you shine your light. That's truth, authenticity, love, inspiration, grandness. That's everything and all of that. This is the moment. We're seeing this, and make no mistake, this is not something that happens by chance. This is not something that, there are no accidents. There are no coincidences. We are not an unexpected illness or a virus. This is all working together for one goal. And it does not matter how much energy was invested into this. How many of the beautiful people that feel their light are shining it, are letting it shine, are expressing it, are speaking it, are being it, are simply not allowing themselves to be just an inch less, just 1% less than who they really are. There's no more time for fear. There's no more time for fear. This is the place. This is the intersection that we're at as a human family. If you have fear, then you allow for that darkness to come in a little closer. There's no reason for fear when you remember who you really are. But there's no more giving in anymore. Not an inch, not even an inch. No more giving in. Absolutely not. It cannot happen anymore. It cannot happen anymore because we're creating true freedom here again. We're remembering what real freedom is. It's the basis of life. And it can only come about in the physical reality when we experience this freedom first within, and then we express it, and then we live it, and then we stand for it. And this is how this works. It was never meant to be a passive, be quiet, just look in your own. This is misguided spirituality. It is misguided, and it might be even intentionally misguided spirituality. Spirituality is only as beautiful and as enlightening as it is practically practiced in your daily life. If it's not practiced, it doesn't mean anything. We heard so many gurus over the years that talk a great deal and that have all the concepts. They have them saved up here, and they can recite and they can tell them. But when the moment comes, where applying it in their lives would be required of them, they chicken out. That's not spirituality. That's just fake. We have a lot of fakeness that we can see so we can realize what's real and so we can realize what we desire and what we don't desire. But this is the moment of truth. It's just the way it is. And when we return to our light, when we return to our principles of freedom, of principles of being who we really are, then we don't just have a chance. Then we got this. Then this is the pathway to the real new age, something that we've talked about, the real new age, which is an age of freedom. It's the age of a revival of love and kindness on a planet, a revival of prosperity for everyone who's aligned with that idea. It's a prosperity of nature again. It's a return to harmony. It's a return to respect towards Mother Earth. All of these things are readily available to us. But it's a time where we need to stand our ground. And I encourage you to awaken the peaceful warrior within you, the peaceful warrior who is concerned most of the time with letting that light grow, concerned with letting it shine brighter, concerned with giving it, concerned with being light in the face of challenge of darkness, and not forgetting it when there's a moment that would have scared the old you, that would have scared the ego you. When you are in a situation like that, that you remember, no, I'm grander than this. I'm grander than this temporary human experience. I'm an eternal being. My body can't even come close to contain all that I am. It is just one part of my expression. And when you are in these situations, and these situations are coming, they're already here. They're already knocking your door. It's just the way it is. That is where you stand up for who you are. And you stand up not just for who you are, you stand up for your children, and you stand up for your grandchildren, and you stand up for your great-grandchildren, and you stand up for all the generations that are to come. You are the difference between freedom or tyranny. You are the difference. You who can do that for you. Through the years of watching, of listening, of seeking, of reading, all of that is coming down to this moment. Are you applying it now? Are you bringing to your real life experience now? Are you a walking, breathing, thriving creator, or doing that we eventually will sit on a porch in a rocking chair? That's what we do in the South anyways. And we'll tell our grandchildren about this moment. And we will tell our great-grandchildren about it. We will tell them the stories. We will tell them of how there was this moment of greatest polarity in human history where everything was revealed. It was now out in the open. It was seen. And the good guys stood up, and they were shining their light, and they were literally winning this with love. Winning this with love. Winning this with love. The peaceful warrior got this one. The peaceful warriors got this one. This is the, and this is the story that I want to tell over and over again every day until it's heard in the last corners of the earth, until every human being remembers who they really are, why they're really here. We do not need to fight this more. Stand our ground, we shine our light, and we got this. But the time is now, not tomorrow, and there's no one else who's going to do it for you. You have to do it for you. Let me go a little bit through the comments here. Siobhan says, I do not let others start fear-based conversations with me. I diffuse it. Very good. Very good. Elenia says, it takes courage sometimes to shine the light, but it does always work out. Indeed, it does. Thank you, Elenia. She says, this is such an important reminder. Appreciate that. Then Enoch says, glad I joined this live. Good to see you. Very, very good to see you. Elenia says, I wonder if the gurus not acting upon their knowledge was fear. More than likely, that's a factor. We're not theorizing here, because everything that we talk about, we have done. We have done it over and over again. We have stood our ground in more ways than we could possibly ever tell here. But we can just tell you that we were faced with all kinds of, human threats that you could be faced with, from authorities, from police, from all kinds of stuff. We stood our ground, and it always worked out. Because you know what? When you shine your light, the other person feels it. When you are light, it's stronger than everything else. And this is what you will only ever understand if you just once, do it. You really do it in real life, because everything else doesn't matter. I am so over the theoretical concepts of spirituality that are not applied in real life. That's just something I don't pay any attention to anymore. I dismiss it. I dismiss it as fakery. I dismiss it as just another way of lower frequencies and darker frequencies try to instill these passiveness into people. Life is not passive. Life is an active experience. Flowers grow, trees grow, they change, they transform all the time. They grow leaves, the leaves die, they fall off, they come back, they grow again. Life is an active process. Whoever tells you life is a passive experience, they're full of shit. Don't listen to them, because it's not true. Life is an active experience. And so when you're just once light in the face of darkness, face of challenge, just once, you will feel that power within you. You can overcome any obstacle and situation when you are the light. But you know how it feels. You know how it feels when you're in that situation, and you have that choice in the split second, and you do either this, or you stand, deep breath, you raise your head, and you remember who you are. It makes all the difference. It changes the trajectory of your life in that second. That's what we're talking about. This is it. If you are the Buddha when you're at home in your own four walls, but once you leave those walls and you're outside and you're just scared, then all of that doesn't matter. You be the Buddha all the time. You be the peacemaker, the bridge builder, the love giver, the light shiner, the peaceful warrior all the time. You be it everywhere, and you will see what it does. You will see how it changes things. You will see how it changes the community around you. You will see how it changes the conversation. You will see how it changes perspective. Light is magnetic. People are attracted to light. It literally lights people up. When they're in the presence of light, that's what they want. They just want more of it. They just want to be closer to it. They want to understand it better. They want to experience it themselves. They want to be it too. So they will follow the light. That's just how it is. Everything gravitates towards the highest frequency. How many times have we heard EUCY say this? Everything gravitates towards the highest frequency. So what do you have to be? The highest possible frequency. That's just it. That's your role. That's your role in Inspire Tribe. That's been the whole purpose all this time, to remind you of that, because we see it in you every day. Even though some of you we can't see physically, we feel it in you. You're here to ignite that spark, to ignite that light, to ignite that fire. That's why you're here, or you wouldn't be here, because this is what this is all about. It's always what it has been about. And this is the moment. Let me see. Haley says, I injured my knee again today dancing. Send me healing love. I refuse to go to the clinic. Well, cream cheese is what Christine says. And tapping. You know how to tap, remember? Do the same thing. The sentence would be, although my knee really hurts, I deeply love and approve of myself. Boom. And you do it. And you just keep doing it. Keep doing it like your knee depends on it. And it'll all be good. Siobhan says, preach. We need to hear this. That's why we're here. Melly says, well-being abounds. Universe has our back. Yes. Well, the universe has what you have. The universe has, in your experience, the universe has what you have. You see, there's this principle of people say, I want to make way for God's wills. I want God. I want the universe source to create through me. Yes, that is the highest potential that you could do, but you have to do it. Life is not a passive experience. Christine said something beautiful the other day. She said, you know what I see when I look at the posts in the groups? Whenever there's a post that says, the universe will bring you millions of dollars within the next 48 hours, it gets like 1 million likes. When it's something, a post that says, do this, and wonderful things might happen, or instead of hearing that there's something that they actually have to do. But life is an active experience. Even coming to this live stream is an active experience. Even signing up for something is an active experience. Meditating is still an active experience. It's all full of choices. And if you are not it, the universe cannot be it for you. It can express itself through you, but that's a choice. You have to allow it, and then you have to freaking do it. Then you have to do it. Inspired action. Sometimes inspired action means to do nothing. For some people, that's the hardest thing to do, right? To just do nothing for a little while. Who is challenged by doing nothing? Yes, sometimes I'm challenged by doing nothing. I love expressing myself. I love creating things. I love doing things. Sometimes the greatest thing the universe, God source tells me to do is to just chill for a moment. You have to listen and then follow the nudges. No advice is worth anything if we don't listen to it and apply it. And that's the point here. Apply that. Be that light. Go out. Spread it. Now is the time, people. I can't say this clear enough. Now is the time. Everything's perfectly coming together. It's like you can finally see the picture because enough puzzle pieces have been put in place. And now it's a matter of, are we putting ourselves in the right place? Or are we too scared? Put your piece in the right place. Be that. That's the order of the day. That's the order of the month. That's what's required right now. Stand your ground. Don't give in another inch. Remember who you are. Remember, light always wins. Love always wins. God always wins. Source wins. It's the highest frequency. It must be so. Inspired Tribe.
Amen.
Thank you for joining us, for being with us. Thank you for sending your love. Thank you for sending your co-created thoughts. Thank you for allowing us to create with you. Thank you for walking away from this and spreading it, bringing that light, the principles, maybe some words. Thank you. We appreciate you. Please hit the like button. Check out our website. Sign up. Go do that Freedom Launcher process. If you haven't yet, do it now. If you've done it and you still feel like there's something that's, somewhere in the back that you feel is holding you back from something, go do it. There's not like there's a limit. You can do it 1 million times over if you feel inspired to, but just do it. Just do it. Become the practical beer and doer of those principles. All right. This is our last live stream for the week. If anything really out of the whatever that means these days, out of the ordinary. I don't even know what that would look like. Every day something happens. So if there's if we feel a nudge or a hunch to go online, we'll let you know, post it and stuff, and then we'll speak. Other than that, we'll see you on Monday for our next scheduled live stream, 2 p.m. Central Standard, right here on the Inspire channel. And remember, we're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, and we're free. And we're the peaceful warriors. We love you, Inspire Tribe. See you soon.